Good morning, students. Today we are going to start the second story of our book, The Snapshot. The name of the story is The Address, written by Maga Minku. As the title suggests, the address means the story indicates towards a specific address. Today we'll do it with comprehension practice. I am going to read paragraph, means complete summary of the text, followed by some questions. You will do this activity. This is a moving story of a daughter who goes in search of her mother's belongings after the war in Holland. The narrator is the daughter of Mrs. S., who died during the war. The narrator went to number 46 Marconi Street to see Mrs. Darling, who was an old acquaintance of her mother, and who had removed almost all the belongings of her mother during the war to the place. All this was done with Mrs. S.'s silent consent, as Mrs. Darling wanted to save her things, which they would lose if they had to leave the place. The narrator had seen Mrs. Darling for the first time during the first half of the war. She had come for a few days and noticed the change in the rooms. She missed various things. Her mother informed her that Mrs. Darling had moved these things to safety and gave her the address 46 Marconi Street. After the war, the narrator visited the address her mother had given her. She remembered Mrs. Darling clearly. She was a woman with a broad back. Mrs. Darling looked at the narrator searchingly and showed no sign of recognition. She kept staring in silence. She saw that the narrator, who had recognized her mother's green knitted garden, was looking at it. She half hid herself behind the door and refused to see her. She was surprised to see the narrator, who had survived the war. The narrator returned to the station and boarded the train. While in the train, she remembered the first time she had seen Mrs. Darling and how her mother had introduced her to her old acquaintance and given the address. After the first fruitless visit to Mrs. Darling's house, the narrator visited the place a second time. This time, a girl about 15 years opened the door to her. She asked the girl if her mother was at home. Since she was away, the narrator decided to wait for her. She followed the girl along the passage. The first thing that struck her was an old-fashioned iron Hanukkah candle holder hung next to a mirror. Then they went into the living room. The narrator was horrified, as she was in a room she knew and didn't know. She found herself in the midst of things she had so wanted to see again, but which oppressed her in the strange atmosphere. The tasteless way of arrangement, ugly furniture, and muggy smell of all contributed to arouse this feeling. She didn't have the courage to look around her. She sat down and stared at the woolen tablecloth. As she followed the lines of the pattern, she remembered that it was their tablecloth, which had a burn mark that had never been repaired. Soon she found the hole. The girl poured her tea from a white pot which had a gold border on the lid. She opened the box and took out some spoons. The narrator praised the box. Mrs. Darling's daughter said that it was antique. They had got lots more, and she pointed around the room. The narrator knew very well which things she meant. She remarked that the cutlery, spoons, forks, knives were silver. The girl laughed. She walked to the sideboard and wanted to open a drawer. The narrator felt perturbed. The objects linked with her mother aroused memory of her former life. At first, she was eager to see them, but now they had lost their value since they were severed from her mother and were stored in strange surroundings. Moreover, they were useless to her in her present state. She lived in a small rented room with space for no more than a handful of cutlery fitted in the narrow table drawer. She resolved to forget the address. She wanted to leave the memories of her mother and the war behind her and decided to move. So this is the paragraph. You read it and find answers to the questions followed and meanings to the difficult words that you find in the paragraph. After you have honestly done this exercise, you can go to the last page of the video where the answer key is given. Students, after writing your own answers on the fair notebooks, go to the answer key and match your answers, and then only you can judge how much you have learnt through this exercise. Thank you, students.